Okay. In the project life cycle, we have classified the basic project life cycle into 5 stages, in which the planning stage is done, that is the initial stage. Second is of execution phase. During the execution phase, the deliverables are physically built and presented to the customers for acceptance. Execution might be of product delivery or the construction of buildings. The execution phase should make the product deliverable or building to be ready for use, are physically built and presented to the customer for acceptance. Whether they'll accept or not, that is secondary part, but in the execution phase, the product or building should be ready to use. While each deliverable is being constructed, a group of management processes are carried out to monitor and control the activities while executing each and every product or constructions. The management team will be working for execution of the buildings, where each and every activity involved in the project will be considered, and those will be executed depends upon the type of work involved, and which will be monitored and controlled throughout the execution process. Once all the deliverables have been produced and accepted by the customer, the project is ready for closure. Once you deliver the product to the customers, or if your building is ready and it is sold for the pad owners or the building owners, then if they accept, then it is ready to closure. Then the project management team will be completed. During this activity, a detailed design of each deliverable is created and the deliverables are physically constructed, tested, reviewed to determine whether they meet the quality criteria and the acceptance criteria. Whether the deliverable product or the building is meeting all the quality criteria as well as the acceptance criteria of the people who will be involved. That is acceptable or not, that will be considered for the this phase, that is execution phase. During the construction of deliverable, the project manager performs several management processes to monitor and control the time, cost, quality of each deliverables as follows. For execution of any project, the project manager has to have a look on each and everything that is going under the project, as monitoring and controlling the time, whether everything is going on time or not, the cost variations and the quality variations has to be monitored and controlled for each and every step. If you're not monitoring, simple example would be, if you're nobody monitoring the concreting, if the concrete mix will be prepared on site only, then the laborers will be working. They will be doing the concrete as per their will and wish. Sometimes एक गोनी ज्यादा सीमेंट गिरा या 10 गमेला ज्यादा कड़ी डाल दिया या पानी कितना चाहिए उससे ज्यादा डाल दिया कम डाल दिया. They will not calculate each and everything if you are not going to monitor them. If you are regularly monitoring, then only they will be in line and they will be producing good quality of concrete, and that will be used in your buildings. If you are not monitoring, in such cases, if they are not following guidelines to be provided, then the quality of project or the quantity of the project may differ. Quantity differs as why? Because if they are using more material, then in the future you may fall in short with the materials, or if they are using less, then the wastage of material will be more. Likewise, the material shortage may become the cost control may change, or time duration may change because of this unnecessary changes. If they prepared everything and they are ready to place the concreting, and then suddenly you come to know that the concrete is not good. In such cases, you need to cancel everything and then you need to reconstruct. One day can be extended for that same work. Because of that, also the time get delayed. You project manager job is to monitor each and everything is involved in the project execution activities that can be divided into four separate components such as time management, quality management, issue management, communication management. The most important criteria for project manager who has to maintain these four components, which is time management, whether each and every activity scheduled in the project are going as per the time or not. Quality management, whether each activities are as per your specification or not. Issue management, if anything happens in the site or if anything happens in the project manager team, any issues, any accidents, any risk involved in the project that has to be managed by the project manager. And communication management, where the message has to pass from lower to higher, higher to lower. Each message has to pass. And making it reach to everyone, the project manager responsibility to have good communication system. Either it may be physical system or the human resource or the phone or messages, what type of communication system he will be using, that is left to project manager, but the communication system should be proper to reach each and everyone. First one is of time management. As I said, they involves monitoring and controlling the time spent by the staff on the project. Depends upon the staff availability and work done. The time sheets are used to track and record the time spent so that the project managers can determine a overall progress of the project. Time sheets are the simplest form of software you may call it. Many softwares are available nowadays for timesheet. In our MIS system also will be having the timesheet for faculties. It is there. How many number of lectures has been taken by the faculty? How many number of no and lectures will be by default will be counting. The how many number of hours we have spent for assignment checking? How many hours we have spent for exam durations? How many hours we have spent for the meetings, how many hours we have sent for preparation of lecture, how many hours we sent for some other activities involved in the department, that may be technical, that may be consultancy, that may be any other component involved in the college, that may be college fest, annual fest, or any activities involved. All activities should be noted in the time sheet. Then a clear picture will be visible to each and everyone so that what exactly they are doing in the. Similarly, some companies may use Excel sheet. From his working time is 9 to 5. Then in 9 to 5, 8 hours, how many hours he might spend for site inspection? How many hours he spent for resolving the problems in the site? How many hours he spent for quality checking? How many hours he spent to communicate to the people who are involved in the project? Likewise, the whole 8 hours will be divided into number of hours and that will be entered into the time sheets so that the higher authority will be looking after the particular job. They will be knowing what type of progress is there each and every day. That will be considered from the management aspects. Next is cost management, involves identifying the project cost and recording the rate of consumption of the project budget each and every day. How much of budget is spending? First, you need to identify what all the components are involved, how much cost is involved for execution of your project, and recording each and every expenditures for particular project. so that you can have a track of how much is spent, how much need to be spent for the future executions, and if any lacking is there, if any over excess is there, and then how you have to utilize that. That can be monitored by only the management team. Next is quality management. Quality management undertaking the quality and quality control activities, that is QA and QC team will be involved to measure what will be the quality in this step. That is, once they check the quality and then they'll assure that your quality is good or bad. Control activities specified in the quality plan. Quality plan will be defined well in advance. The specification only for execution of any project. In the last subject also we have done the specification for structures, various type of component we have considered, how to write the specification, what all the terms to be used should be omitted from the specification writing. Those are all components we have studied in the last semester also. The same component will be written and then used in this subject. Quality plan to manage a project level of quality and ensure that the project deliverable meet customers requirement. If customers requirement is so and so, you need to meet those points, so that the when you are ready to deliver your project to the owners or customers, then they should. If customer need or something else, you have considered something else which is beyond the customer's need, then there will be chances of rejecting the project also. Therefore, the customers is there, that should be verified. Risk management involved in and control the project. Risk by taking up the steps necessary to prevent the risk and minimize the impact on the project. Should those risk occurs, if any risk involves in such, the risk management team should involve and control the project risk by taking necessary steps. Either it may be to prevent the risk or to minimize it. Some cases, if the risk is there, you cannot stop that risk, but you can minimize it so that the impact on the project will be minimum, which will be not affecting to your cost, time, and schedule of the project. Therefore, the risk management team should involve in such cases and take necessary steps to avoid the risk involved in the project. Next is on issue management. Issue management involves resolving any unforeseen issue that may rise before they affect the ability of project to meet its stated objective. If anything happens in the site, which is not, it is unforeseen issue, suddenly it may happen in the site. In such cases, issue management team will be involved, and that will reduce such unnecessary issues from the project. It may stop the unnecessary issues in the project, and they will be allowing the project to be constructed as per the object defined, which is which will not stop the project as per the stated time, duration, and the cost. The project should move on continuously in the progress. Therefore, the issue management team involves and they will be resolving such type of unforeseen issues happens in the site, that may be of any kind of component, that may be some sudden turn of machineries or with the materials or with the external components, like somebody is coming from outside and forcing to stop, or some sudden stoppage is there in the work process. Those will be managed by the issue management. Acceptance management involves carrying out acceptance review to gain the customer's approval of each deliverable. Acceptance management after the management, next will be of acceptance management, which involves carrying out the acceptance review to say the product to customers, or the customers will be buying your product on your project, whether they are approving it, not approving it, or they need any other improvements. That will be done by the acceptance management. If the customer doesn't accept that the deliverable meets their requirement, the success of the project will be compromised, and then it will be made changes with the project, and then it will be made deliverable. If the customer is not accepting the your project as you are designed, in such cases the project will be compromised and the changes will be done, and then they will be made available to the customers, and customers may later accept the project. Until communication management, which involves completing the activities specified in the communication plan to ensure that every stakeholders receive the right information at the right time. As I said, each and every communication one person to another person involved in the project should be crystal clear, or the messages should pass from one person to another person in the right time. Something happens in the site, that should message should go to higher level as well as lower level in very right time, so that they can take a necessary action for that. If you are delaying the risk, or something is happening in the site which is not communicated to higher authority or lower authority, they cannot take any actions against it. Therefore, the risk may increases in the site. Therefore, it is necessary to have communication plan to ensure each stakeholders involved in the project. Each stakeholders, any part of the project from lower level receives right information on right time. Finally, a phase review is undertaken to ensure that all the activities in the execution have been completed. The project is ready to proceed to the next phase. That will be execution phase. The final review will be taken once all the components of execution stage are over. Final review will be taken and ensuring all activities are completing as per our initial plan. Once it is ready after review, then it will be ready for the next page. We're dealing with next page of execution. That is closure and evaluation stage of the project. Third stage will be of closure and evaluation stage of the project. Planning, execution, and closure. These are the most important components of the project life cycle. Planning, execution, and closure. Closure and evaluation, the stage of the project. The project closure phase involves releasing the final deliverable to the customers, handing over the project documentation, terminating supplier contract, releasing project resources, and communicating project closure to all stakeholders. These are all the steps involved in project closure. Involves releasing the final deliverable to the customers. Your building may be ready, or some other product may be ready for the delivery. Handing over all project documents to the owners so that or the project manager from lower level to high level, so that they will have a complete set of idea that each project activities are involved or not, are completed or not. Next, terminating suppliers contract. For execution of your project, you might be having tie up with many contractors to supply materials or other resources like human resource, financial resource. Then after the completion of your project, you need to stop that suppliers. So you need to terminate suppliers contract, then releasing the project resources. Whatever resources are involved in your project, that has to be released. That may be the further need. Then you need to release them so that they can go for next project. Similarly, with respect to material also, some material is still left with the execution also. The complete execution is done, so but materials are remaining over there only. Then you need to release those materials also so that it can be resold or wherever it is necessary, there it can be used. Or the people involved in the execution process, that may be site engineers or any type of workers or engineers involved with the project, that those can be released and from this project and assigned to their new projects. Communicating project closure to all stakeholders. In communicate the message to each stakeholders which are involved in your project. The final step is to undertake an evaluation to determine the extent to which the project was successfully this project to the future projects. Finally, you need to take undertaking by evaluating your project for the successful completion, and you need to note what all the lessons you have learned from this project which can be used for the betterment of future project. Each and every stage will be teaching you some of the other components, how to go with projects, how to go with the human resource, how to handle the technical aspects, how to handle the financial aspect, how to handle machineries, materials, all those components will be there involved. While executing these projects, the people involved in each project activity will be learning every day a new thing. And that new thing can help them to have the betterment in the future life for the future projects. So it is necessary to learn those what all the components we have learned, that may be manually noting it down or they can improve the next project. Likewise, the improvement of the next projects, so that it is necessary to have the final look of each activities involved and handovering the project to the owners. Next is project life cycle. The project closure report should list all the activities required to close the project to ensure that the project closure is undertaken smoothly and efficiently. Where before closing your project, you should list out all activities required to close and to ensure the project closure is undertaken smoothly and efficiently. The after completion of project also, the handovering is most important component. You are building high-rise building, you have prepared and nobody is buying it, then it is no use. You need to convince people and you need to make it sale so that the customers will be using it and your project will be successfully completed. Once the project, once the report has been created, and approved, the closure activities specified within the report are undertaken and the project is then officially closed. Once the documentation and the report has been created and approved by all the stakeholders and the construction team, that may be company, consultancy, or any contractor involved, each and everybody, all stakeholders should sign. Then the closure activity specified within the report and undertaken by the responsible company or the society of the particular area, the project is then officially closed when they comes in picture, comes in the reports. 1 to 3 months after the project has been closed, the business has begun to experience the benefit provided by the project. It is important to undertake an evaluation after referred review. Once your project is completed, the closure is done. Within 3 months of the project completion date, the project will be converted into business plan and start experiencing the benefit from the project. Your project होगा उसके बाद owners will be buying it and then they may give it for rent or they may stay there only, or each and every month they'll be paying the maintenance as per the design estimations. After each and every 3 month quarter, once 3 months, the project owners start getting the benefit of the project. That will be reviewed, evaluated. It is referred to post implementation. Where post implementation review is after completion of your project, that is post implementation. If after the implementation of the project or after the delivery of the project, the every quarterly it has been reviewed so that project is doing good or not. Any changes or not, how the quality of the project will be defined. Depends upon those issues only. Post implementation review committee will be sitting and then they will be reviewing project. This allows the business to identify the level of success of the project and list any lessons learned for the future projects. Something is happening in the project, some leakages or some damages, cracks, structure within 3 months or 6 months or 9 months or a year, how those can be overcome, and that will be less the future constructions from that company, or whether the owners should go with the same company for future constructions or not. Depends on our quality they have provided with the project. We can plan for next activities, for the future activities. The first step is to review the project performance to determine whether the project delivered is benefit, meet the objectives, operated within the scope, and produce the deliverable on the time, within the budget, and using the located resources. Whether your project is meeting all these criteria. First is to review all these criteria. That is, the project delivered is beneficial or not, meet whatever your objectives were defined well in advance, those are meeting or not, operated within the scope. The scope is also defined well in advance, that is meeting or not. Then the produced project is deliverable on time, within the time they have completed or not, within the budget they have completed or not, and by using located resources. What resources you have referred, being an owner, they have used or not. That is also matters in the project implementation review technique or the post implementation review. Then only the closure stage will be completed. That will be this step is evaluation step, whether your project is evaluated or not. Once the project is about to close, the review will be taken and then it will be closed. The evaluation review should review how the project performed against each of the target set during the initiation and planning phase of project. That is the what is the initial stage of the project we have defined, whether your project is meeting those criteria or not. That will be verified and then they will be closed. Some of the questions you need to ask at the end of the project, whether they are meeting with the particular questions answer or not, that you need to verify and then you need to close the project. First question is, delivered the business benefit describes the business case or not? What is business case and all we have discussed in the project planning and initiation stage. Next is achieved the objectives specified in the terms of reference. Initially, we have defined the objectives, whether those objectives are meeting or not, that has to be verified. Third question is deviated from original scope as defined in the term of reference. Whether initial scope is meeting or not, or it is deviated from your original scope. Fourth question is meet the quality target defined in the quality plan. Next is proceeded according to the plan, delivery schedule, deviated from budget, project expenditure as defined in the financial plan, deviated from forecast resource level as defined in the resource plan. Whether these all questions are meeting or not, that you need to verify at the end of the project. These 7 questions will define whether your project is executed as per your requirement or not, as per your time or not, as per your financial aspect or not, as per your material supply or not, as per the quality. These 7 questions defines whether your project is completely meeting your expectations or not. These are the questions you need to ask at the end of the project, so that whatever project you are getting or product you are getting, if a company is producing something like X component for your daily use, if it is not meeting your expectation, then you may not buy such product in the future or for the present life also. Therefore, it is necessary to ask what is your expectation first at the initial stage, and they have to execute. And at the end, you need to ask yourself that what all the necessary components which were listed at the initial stage, those are meeting or not. If it is meeting, then it is successfully achieved project, so that the in future if any project is coming up, that can be given to same company or the project manager, so that he will be executing as per the requirement of yours or the owners. So this gives complete idea of your project, whether it is as per the plan or not. Okay, these are the questions which need to be asked for the resource project managers, so that it will be giving you complete idea of what is project, what type of project it is, and how you need to deal with it. Okay. Now this is it for the first class. Again, we'll be having one more class that will start at 10:40. Okay. This is it for now. We'll continue the topics of this in the next class. which will be at 10:40. Okay.